Hello everyone! Welcome to this game! I am super hyped for this. I have been looking forward to this run for several months now. You see, I have used this handy little modding program called the Universal Pokemon Randomizer. It basically randomizes various aspects of this and other Pokemon games. For example, I have randomized wild Pokemon. For example, I could find a Mewtwo on Route 1, or I could look for a legendary Pokemon and find a Rattata instead. I have also randomized trainer Pokemon, to an extent. I'll explain that better whenever it becomes relevant. I have also randomized starter Pokemon. I could wind up with just about any Pokemon in the game as my first Pokemon, under the condition that it is a Pokemon that can evolve. And the reason for this is because I have randomized evolutions. We might wind up with a Pikachu that evolves into a Magikarp. I am a huge fan of transformation. I love the idea of becoming something completely different, so this is totally right up my alley. In fact, I'm gonna be a Pokemon. I won't say which Pokemon just yet. In fact, I'm not even born yet, so it'll be a little bit before we get to that. Something I should also mention, this is not a Nuzlocke run. For those of you who don't know, Nuzlocke Run is basically a challenge in which you are restricted to how many Pokemon you can catch, and also, if one of your Pokemon is defeated in battle, they are considered dead. And considering I'm gonna be a Pokemon, I don't like that idea. So no, this is not a Nuzlocke run. Oh, there's also a few smaller things that are randomized. I'll go over those as we get to them. Controller. I just set up this controller. Are you telling me? Okay, there it goes. It fell asleep on me. Let me go ahead and quickly change some options here. I want fast text speed because I don't want to keep mashing the A button during text. Battle style, shift or set. For those of you who don't know, this is basically the difficulty mode of Pokemon. When you have it set to shift, and you're fighting a trainer who has more than one Pokemon, when they get ready to switch to another Pokemon, the game will let you know what Pokemon they're going to switch to, allowing you to also switch Pokemon to counter them with no penalty. I prefer set. With set, you do not get told what they're going to switch to, and if you want to switch to another Pokemon to counter, you have to use up a turn in order to do that. It is, to me anyway, a little too easy if I have it set to shift. Also going to have stereo because why wouldn't I? And border, I'm going to go with 7. And I'm going to choose cancel to confirm. Let's get started. Zzz. What? You woke me up! Will you check the clock for me? What time is it? I'm gonna go ahead and say it is 3 o'clock. What? Night 3 o'clock? Yes. How many minutes? Currently, we're 4 minutes into the hour. Whoa, 4 minutes? Yes. Night 3:04. No wonder it's so dark. Yeah, sorry, I'm just that excited to get this adventure going. Well, I will at least say this, considering it's in the middle of the night, you seem a whole lot more awake than you did in Pokemon Yellow. And also, not as much as a zombie. Hello, sorry to keep you waiting. Welcome to the world of Pokemon. My name is Oak. People call me the Pokemon Prof. I don't. This world is inhabited by creatures that we call Pokemon. That is not normally the Pokemon that we get to see as our introduction. This is one of those things that gets randomized. People and Pokemon live together by supporting each other. Some people play with Pokemon, some battle with them. But we don't know everything about Pokemon yet. Yeah, that's definitely an understatement, considering some new mechanics that appear in this game. There are still many mysteries to solve. That's why I study Pokemon every day. Now, what did you say what your name was? I didn't. Okay, so this is... Roboboy. Like I said, I am going to be a Pokemon, therefore, this is not me. This is Roboboy, the so-called only child of a single mother who has never married and never had children. Because how else are you going to explain that there's no mention of a father anywhere in this game? Come to think of it, I can only think of one Pokemon game in which you actually did have a dad. Well, Maddie Ruddy in the chat there says divorce. Well, yeah, I suppose, but they never mention it. Like, you never actually come across your father, so I assume you just don't have one. You are a robot. Your very own Pokemon story is about to unfold. You'll face fun times and tough challenges. A world of dreams and adventures with Pokemon awaits. Let's go! I'll be seeing you later. And at this point, I need to address the blue and green colored elephant in the room. So, I am not playing this using Game Boy Color settings. I am playing this as though I were playing on the Super Game Boy, which was a really neat peripheral that released on the Super Nintendo that basically took black and white Game Boy games and added color to them. Now, the Super Game Boy wound up releasing several years before the Game Boy Color, so it's not as color capable. Basically, whereas the Game Boy Color applies color to each and every single object, the Super Game Boy instead applies color to the overall screen. And while this means that you can have some pretty colorful static screens, for moving screens like this, they had to go with a monochrome color scheme. Otherwise, we would have basically colors overlapping each other and that sort of thing, and it would be kind of messy. The reason why I chose to play on this mode is because, well, everybody's played this game in full color, so I thought it would be interesting to see this game in a different light, so to speak. And also, the Super Game Boy is my favorite peripheral ever. Some of the games you play on it even have this nifty border that goes around the screen, so that when you're playing it on TV, you don't have a big black border. Of course, this was back when TVs were shaped like squares, not widescreen. Anyway, that is enough about that. Let's go ahead and get started here. Oh, Roboboy! Our neighbor, Professor Elm, was looking for you. He said he wanted you to do something for him. Oh, I almost forgot. Your Pokemon gear is back from the repair shop. Here you go. Roboboy received Pokegear, and by that I assume means it was installed. Pokemon gear or just Pokegear? It's essential if you want to be a good trainer. Oh, the day of the week isn't set. You mustn't forget that. What day is it? To make things a little bit easier for me, I'm gonna say it's Thursday. Thursday, is it? Yes. Is it daylight saving time now? No, it is never daylight saving time because daylight saving time sucks. Yep, that time is okay. Come home to adjust your clock for daylight saving time. Nah. By the way, do you know how to use the phone? Yes. Don't you just turn the Pokegear on and select the phone icon? Phone numbers are stored in memory. Just choose a name you want to call. Gee, isn't that convenient? Did you just explain to Roboboy how to use it after being told he knows how to use it? Professor Elm is waiting for you. Hurry up, baby! Nah, Roboboy's gonna take his time. Sure enough, it is nighttime here. It'll be daylight in about 50 minutes from now. We'll have a little bit more color then. Yo, Roboboy! I hear Professor Elm discovered some new Pokemon. I'm very curious what those Pokemon are gonna be, cause it's not Chikorita, Totodile, and Cyndaquil. New Barktown, the town where the winds of a new beginning blow. Wow, your Pokegear is impressive. Did your mom get it for you? You know, we should check this out real quick. Pokegear. Basically, it's a clock. And also a phone. Hello? Oh, hi, Roboboy. Wasn't Professor Elm waiting for you? In due time. I am actually interested in seeing Roboboy explore town, cause I like talking to NPCs. You'll learn stuff sometimes. Pikachu is an evolved Pokemon. I was amazed by Professor Elm's findings. He's so famous for his research on Pokemon evolution. Sigh, I wish I could be a researcher like him. I wonder what Pikachu is evolved from. Like I said, Pokemon evolutions are randomized in this playthrough. Elm's house? Hi, Roboboy. My husband's always so busy. I hope he's okay. When he's caught up in his Pokemon research, he even forgets to eat. When I grow up, I'm going to help my dad. I'm going to be a great Pokemon professor. Well, just be glad you have a dad. Anything else? Ah, yes. Well, first things first, just because... Wait, Roboboy! What do you think you're doing? It's dangerous to go out without a Pokemon. Wild Pokemon jump out of the grass on the way to the next town. Yes. To any naysayers who say you are enslaving Pokemon and it is wrong, no. You are training Pokemon in order to protect yourself. And wow, my very first stream with my frame rate and stuff lowered on my lower internet, and I've already lost nearly 4,000 frames. That is unfortunate. It also means I'm gonna have to re-upload this at some point. Elm Pokemon Lab. So this is the famous Elm Pokemon Lab. What are you staring at? Rude. Okay, I am really losing some frames here. Oh, how bad is it over there for you guys at Twitch? Tell you what, this makes it very difficult to know when I should go into my first episode break. But we're back, and, we're back. Roboboy, there you are. I needed to ask you a favor. I have an acquaintance called Mr. Pokemon. He keeps finding weird things and raving about his discoveries. Anyway, I just got an email from him saying that this time it's real. It is intriguing, but we're busy with our Pokemon research. Could you look into it for us? I'll give you a Pokemon for a partner. They're all rare Pokemon that we just found. Go on, pick one. Worst case scenario, I'll try setting this to 30 frames per second instead of 60. Okay, time to find out what 3 Pokemon have been randomized. First up, Clefairy. Interesting. Clefairy would actually be a fun choice. But you need a Moonstone to evolve it, and no telling how long before we get one of those. So no, think it over carefully, your partner is important. What about you? Slowpoke. Ooh. Do you want Slowpoke? I would love Slowpoke on my team, however, there's going to be another Psychic Pokemon that I know is located nearby. Like, the one Pokemon I know is randomized nearby, and it's a Psychic type. And it's definitely going to be on my team. Kinda need it for breeding purposes. Lastly, we have Hoppip. Hoppip is not a very good Pokemon to start with. In fact, it is a terrible Pokemon to start with. Its one and only starting move is Splash. It is the grass version of Magikarp. So, through process of elimination, it'll take a while to get a Moonstone, but gotta go with Clefairy. I think that's a great Pokemon too. Nickname? Not necessarily, unless... Well, is there anybody in the chat who would be interested in being a Clefairy? Because that is something I'm doing at Twitch, is I'm giving people the chance to be a Pokemon. Well, Maddie seems to be volunteering. Strike Back would also be volunteering. Flip a coin, I guess? Does anybody have a coin? Maddie says give it to Stripe. Okay. So, Strike Back is now a Clefairy. Formerly a Skunk, now a Clefairy. Strike Back says, "Yay, I'm your starter!" Yay! Mr. Pokemon lives near Cherry Grove, the next city. It's almost a direct route to there. If your Pokemon is hurt, you should heal it with this machine. Oh, here's my phone number. Call me if something comes up. Maddie Ratty says, "Now Stripe, just don't go waving your hands back and forth too much. Last thing we need is Metronome Overlord. Or Overload." What is all this stuff, by the way? Heal Pokemon? Oh no, that's not necessary quite yet. My reflection! Looking good. Robo-Boy is a handsome robot. The window's open. A pleasant breeze is blowing in. Mr. Pokemon goes everywhere and finds rarities. Too bad they're just rare and not very useful. Robo-Boy, I'm counting on you. It contains a Pokemon caught by Professor Elm. The wrapper from the snack Professor Elm ate is in there. I wonder what snack it was. Robo-Boy, I want you to have this for your errand. Potion. Nice. That'll be handy. There are only 2 of us, so we're always busy. What next? Well, let's check out Strike Back here real quick. Level 5, 22 HP, starting off holding an item. What is Strike Back holding? A Love Ball. A Love Ball is a very interesting item in these games. You see, it's a special Pokemon that is supposed to be super strong if you use it to catch a Pokemon of the opposite gender. However, due to a glitch, it actually works best against Pokemon of the same gender. And that is hilarious. Just real quick. What are the stats? Those are the stats. It's too early in the game to tell whether those are good or bad. Go ahead and take this Love Ball. Wait. We can catch a Pokemon from the start! You have a Love Ball, which means we have a Pokeball. Okay, sure. Oh, your Pokemon is adorable. I wish I had one. Stripeback says it's kind of fitting that it was held by a fairy Pokemon. Yeah, how about that? So, what was Professor Elm's errand? That does sound challenging, but you should be proud that people rely on you. No, you should be proud that you have built a reliable robot. Okay, this is exciting. Time to catch a Pokemon. Nobody else is going to say anything new, so moving onward to Route 29, Cherry Grove City, New Bark Town. Under normal circumstances, as if it was daytime, the screen color would change between locations. Pokemon hide in the grass. Who knows when they'll pop out? My question is, who knows what will pop out? First Pokemon we encounter is... a Delibird. Interesting. So what does Stripeback start with? Pound, Growl, and Encore? Do we want to catch a Delibird? It would certainly be an interesting early choice, but there might be something else of interest to catch. So Present, by the way, has a random chance of causing a little damage, causing a lot of damage, or healing. Stripeback just got kind of lucky there, and wow! Those are worth a lot of experience. Yo, how are your Pokemon? If they're weak and not ready for battle, keep out of the grass. Something to keep in mind, by the way, it is nighttime, therefore Delibird could be a night-only Pokemon. What have we got here? We got a rare candy. So, one of the things that I have randomized are items. To an extent. I haven't completely randomized, rather I have shuffled items between locations. If it was truly randomized, that means I would be bombarded by equipable items that I may or may not have a use for. Trust me, it's happened before, and it was kind of annoying having all that stuff that I had no interest in carrying. Okay, Delibird is kind of a dangerous early Pokemon, gotta say, when it's not healing you. Thank you, Professor Elm's aid for this potion. Before we purposely search for any more Pokemon, Roboboy is going to probably find some way to heal. I wanted to take a break, so I saved to record my progress. Gotta deal with one more opponent before out of here. Ooh! 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 Fluffy! I love Fluffy! Ooh. No. Don't know how easy Fluffy is to catch. It's an evolved Pokemon. So, gonna perhaps find a stronger one. Berry, good. That'll provide some healing uses. I'm waiting for Pokemon that appear only in the morning. See those ledges? It's scary to jump off them, but you can go to New Bark without walking through the grass. Okay, Fluffy is high up on the probably gonna catch one list. But let's go ahead and check the next route real quick to see what we got there. Delibird again. Before we make Strike Back too strong to catch anything, run away from a few battles here. Delibird again. This basically means that Delibird is either the Hoot Hoot or the Rattata of this adventure. So is it only going to be Delibirds here? At this rate, might just go back to get the Flaffy. Oh, there's a Flaffy here. What gender? Female? So not going to be easy to catch. Maddie and Bratty and Strike Back have pointed out that, of course, since the Love Ball is a gay ball, it will not necessarily work on the Flaffy. So, gonna hope for a male Flaffy. There's a male. Having Thundershock as an early attack is definitely going to be good. Now, don't get a critical hit. Good. Now, Strike Back was only holding one Love Ball. Hopefully with it being that low and being the same sex will be useful in ensuring a successful capture. Huzzah! So I wonder if this will be added to the Pokédex that we do not have. Out of curiosity, is anybody interested in being a Flaffy? I know that Maddie wants to become a Pokemon that evolves, but we'll try to find one that evolves sooner than Flaffy does. For now, I am renaming Flaffy with lowercase letters so that when it evolves, it'll still be called Flaffy, and that'll remind us what it started as before changing to something completely different. And apparently, no, when you do not have the Pokédex, you do not get the prompt that says this Pokemon has been added to a Pokédex, because we don't have one. Considering under normal circumstances it's completely impossible to acquire a Pokemon before gaining the Pokédex, that is a nice touch. Let's take a look at your stats real quick. Actually, no. What we're gonna do is head into our first episode break of today's stream. Thankfully, by the way, restarting XSplit has seemed to eliminate my frame dropping woes. But when we come back, we'll check out this Flaffy and progress onward with the story.